We're down to 3 masked contestants on season 2 of The Masked Singer: the fox, the Rottweiler, and the flamingo. The talent this season has been pretty stacked, so it was hard to say goodbye to our spotted friend, the Leopard. We've known for weeks now who was under that purdy outfit, and I'm gonna fill you in on who the singer was revealed to be and how all the clues added up. Before we break it down for you, go click subscribe. We're making videos about the latest reveals every week, as well as recaps and our best guesses after every episode airs. You don't want to miss it. Cue the take it off chant, and the Leopard was revealed to be singer-songwriter Seal. Knew it! To see how his clues added up, let's go back to episode 2. This clue package included some baseball references with headlines that read, "Crazy game ends with a win for the Leopard," "Out of hits, out of time," as well as the Leopard calling himself a heavy hitter. He also said he doesn't care what people think of how he dresses or who he dates, and that all people want to talk about nowadays is the celebrity aspect. Well, Seal was a heavy hitter back in the day, releasing hits like "Kiss from a Rose" in 1994. As for the dating, his relationship with model Heidi Klum is pretty widespread knowledge. As for the baseball references, these were probably just to throw the judges off his tail. During episode 4, the Leopard gave away some major clues by giving us a closer look at his upbringing. A door featured the numbers 1963, and there was also another newspaper that read "Finding Your New Home" and references to him being adopted and living in the foster care system. He also talked about his cubs and said he tells them that no matter what the world labels you, it's never too late to flip the script. Seal was born in London in, you guessed it, 1963. He was raised in the foster system and worked various jobs in the London area. Episode 6. This clue package hinted that the Leopard was once a young cub on the road. There were also several more headlines this episode, including one in particular that read, "Performer of slow jams plays at the White House." For his physical clue this episode, he brought out a camera, to which he explained,
"You know, my life has been so tiresome, I spend most of it in front of the lens. But I much prefer being behind the lens."
Seal spent a lot of time on the road when he first started out, traveling from Britain to places like Japan, Thailand, and India. He also performed "My Girl" at the White House for President Obama. And again, just can't get away from all that paparazzi, as not only a very famous performer, but also after plenty of controversies in his professional and romantic life. Next up, episode 8. The Leopard was a bit more indirect with his clues this time, but it was nothing we couldn't get our claws on. He said, "When I was a teenager, I set myself free for the first time. Since then," he said, "he's treated the world as his catwalk." He then hinted he's traveled from New York to Paris while someone walked by with a bullhorn with a British-Australian flag on it. Finally, we see more references to paparazzi and one of the backup people holding a bat in the background. Not only did Seal's song "Kiss from a Rose" win a Grammy for Record of the Year, but it also gained most of its popularity after it was remixed for "Batman Forever." That one was a stretch. Nicole guessed the catwalk reference was about his ex-wife Heidi Klum, and we're gonna have to agree. In fact, he performed with Klum at the Victoria's Secret fashion show in 2007. Seal has performed all over the world, including Paris and New York, and in 2012, he was one of the vocal coaches on the Australian version of The Voice. Episode numero 10. This week's clue package had a lot of tennis references, and a sign that read, "The Grand Slam Open brought to you by Tofu." We also see some imagery of a crashed motorcycle. Though it seemed weird at first, the tofu thing makes sense because Seal is a vegetarian. And as for all those tennis visuals, he recently participated in the Chris Everett Pro Celebrity Tennis Classic. And finally, he was unfortunately involved in a motorcycle accident in his youth. The final clue package from episode 11 hinted that he came here initially so that my Cubs would think I'm cool. So being here in the semifinals should give me some major street cred. He then said his career started when he was 11 in a nativity play, and we then saw a slow jams record, sheet music to Brahms' Lullaby, a canceled CD, and a Music for Animals booklet. He was also holding a snowboard later in his package while saying, "I don't always get it right, but being a father makes me prouder than anything else." And then we saw white rose petals falling around him. His gift for the judges were blueprints for a dream home. One of Seal's most popular songs is "Kiss from a Rose," hence the petals, and he was once caught on camera taking a tumble while snowboarding and trying to film his kids. He also had an album that was canceled, performed Brahms' Lullaby in his One Night to Remember concert in 2005, and definitely started singing very early in his life. The blueprint clue was a nod to his degree in architecture. Well, there you have it. Hopefully the reveal makes sense to you now. Did you pick up on the clues? Let us know in the comments, and while you're down there, hit subscribe. You made it this far and you're not going to want to miss everything we have coming up, so make sure you stick with Cinema Blend for the latest Masked Singer recaps, guesses, and reveals.
You are perfect, darling. Bye-bye, baby.